Welcome to Break Free to Brilliance podcast, empowering women in business through thought provoking interviews and insights. Embrace your authentic power, explore the impact of your story, and discover how writing your best selling book can amplify your message, authority, and the three I's: impact, influence, and income. Let each episode guide you towards brilliance in minutes. This is your host, Seema Giri. Welcome back to another powerful episode of Break Free to Brilliance podcast. This is your friend and host, Seema. This is where we break the rules, own our story, and use everything, including ancient wisdom, to step into full creative power. I don't talk about this often, but it's a very much part of my life and how I lead. I don't talk about this often, but it's very much part of my life and how I lead. Energy healing, spiritual alignment, ancient wisdom, all of it. It's not something I wave around with crystals and incense unless it's that kind of day. But more and more, I've seen people waking up to this truth. We're not just minds, we're not just strategy, we are energy. And the energy we carry or suppress shows up in our work, our words, our leadership, and especially in the books we're here to write. So today, I want to talk to you about something that might sound a little woo to some of you, but stay with me. Because this episode could be the missing key to why you felt stuck, foggy, unmotivated, or lit up and ready to roar. We're in a very powerful energetic window right now, the overlap of two cosmic events. One is Shravan or Savan, the sacred Hindu month of devotion, discipline, and deep spiritual connection. Second is the Lionsgate portal, an energetic opening between July 26th and August 12th, peaking on August 8th. Now, whether or not you've heard of either of these before, they carry something really important for you, especially if you're someone building a body of work, a brand, or a legacy. Let's start with Savan. This month, according to the Hindu lunar calendar, is when the cosmic energy is most aligned for transformation. People fast, meditate, they pray, and get really intentional about their inner world. Why? Because Savan is about cleansing mentally, physically, emotionally, so that your vessel, which is your body, is clear for divine inspiration to flow through. This does affect you. Even if you don't identify as spiritual, even if you've never heard of any of this. Because we're not separate from the cosmos, we're influenced by it. Just like the moon affects the tide and your body is 70% water, these energetic shifts impact your nervous system, your creativity, your focus, and your resilience. And that's exactly what I teach my authors and clients. You cannot birth brilliance from burnout. You cannot share a message clearly if your energy is chaotic or if you're carrying emotional debris from years of hiding your truth. Now combine that with the Lionsgate portal, which peaks every year on August 8th. This is when the sun is in Leo, the star Sirius aligns with Earth, and we get a burst of solar and galactic energy that's all about personal power, heart-centered leadership, and expansion. Science backs this up, by the way. Solar flares and geomagnetic storms literally affect our nervous systems. You may feel more tired, more emotional, or more creatively charged during this time. So you're not losing your mind, you're being upgraded. This portal invites you to release anything that's no longer aligned to you and call in the vision of who's ready to be fully seen, fully expressed, and fully free. Now, I have been feeling very different around this time. I'm feeling more energetic. I'm feeling the easier flow. I'm just naturally happy and active. Before, I would be done with work and then I would not be able to do anything else. Now, during this time, I'm able to meditate even more deeply. I finish work. I can go and make dinner right away, or I can go for my 3 mile walk right away with my dog, or I can do each one of them without having to take a break in between. That is when I know there's something energetic happening. So, how does this connect to your book, your business, and your leadership? You might be thinking, Seema, this is all good, but how does it affect me day to day? Well, let me give you some real examples from my clients. I had a client, let's call her Anita, who came to me thinking she just needed help organizing her chapters. But when we slowed down, I realized she was in the middle of this exact energetic season. She was grieving the old version of herself, resisting visibility, and calling it writer's block. I helped her align her energy first through breath work, intention setting, chakra alignment, and timing her visibility push with the Lion's Gate energy. The result? She finished her book in record time. Not just because of strategy, though we had that dialed in, but because her energy got on board. Her story clicked, her fear lifted, and she showed up like authority she already was. This is the kind of transformation that happens when you stop pushing and start partnering with the timing that's already supporting you. And that is why we say go with the flow. Here's what you can do right now. Number one, unplug and journal. For 15 minutes, not too long, write down what version of you needs to die and what version of you is ready to rise. No filter, just flow. No editing, no feeling what the hell am I writing. Just let it flow. Number two, speak your intention out loud. Yes, out loud. Your voice is a tool for activation. Say, I release what no longer serves. I step into my next level with clarity, courage, and creativity. You can add confidence to that too. And number three, if you're working on a book or a business, use this week to set bold intentions. What is your message? Who are you becoming as you share it? What no longer fits the vision of you you're stepping into? Even if you're listening after this portal closes, you can still work with this because energy work isn't seasonal, it's cyclical. Whenever you feel stuck, slow down and reconnect. Align your inner world before you make another move in the outer one. And you can do this on a daily basis too. Very simply, one of the simplest things that I do is to stop, pause, especially when I'm feeling out of alignment, especially if I feel like I have some anxiety or uncertainty and I find my mind racing. I stop, I pause, and I tell myself, it's okay, and just breathe, right? I just breathe. I close my eyes and I just follow my breath. And then once I feel a little bit more centered, I do the box breathing. I breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and then release for 4 counts. I start with that, and then I do that a couple of times. And then I increase. I breathe in for 4, I hold for 5, and then I release for 6. Right? And every time I do it, I just increase the hold period and increase the exhale period, which just helps you physically slow down a little more. So this is what it would look like. I would breathe in for 4, Hold for 6, and exhale for 8. So I just increase everything by 2. Increase for 4, hold for 6, and exhale for 8. You can do whatever combination that you like. And then I tell my nervous system, you are safe. You are safe in this environment. You are safe to go into the next level, because here's what happens to our body and our nervous system. They're so used to It's so used to being in a certain state for such a long time that when we're trying to upgrade, your nervous system does not feel safe. It is used to the familiarity one, even if you are living in a state of survival. It's familiar to your body, it's familiar to your nervous system. That's what it's used to. So if you're trying to bring in more peace, bring in more ease, it's not used to it and it feels like it's in a danger zone. So I have to constantly tell myself and my nervous system, you are safe. You are safe in this new state, in this peaceful and ease environment. You can still be productive. You can still do the things that you want to. It is okay to get to the next level. So it's a constant reminder to your nervous system. Remember, you weren't born to live on autopilot. You were born to create, to rise, and to lead with soul. And sometimes that means getting quiet enough to hear the deeper wisdom already moving through you. So whether you're in Savin, Lionsgate, or just the season of I'm done playing small, trust the pull. It's all about trust. The breakthrough is already happening. You're not falling apart. Thanks for tuning in to Breakthrough to Brilliance today. I love spending this time with you. And if you're here, I know you are ready to go to the next level and you're always exploring ways to become who you're meant to be. And if this hits home for you, please share with someone who's ready to rise, someone who could benefit from our conversation today. And don't forget to subscribe. The more the more people that subscribe, the more it can get out to the people that really need to hear this kind of messages. New episodes drop every Monday, so I will see you next week. Until next time, stay brilliant and stay bold. This is your friend, Seema. And I want to take a moment to mention that the content shared in this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. My guests and I share personal experiences and real life examples that have helped us live our best lives, much like friends sharing stories. While we strive to provide valuable information, it's important to consult with professionals for advice tailored to your individual circumstances. Thank you for being part of our community, and thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, your story is your strength. Until next time, stay inspired and keep making a difference. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Break Free to Brilliance podcast, and I hope you had some key takeaways that you can implement right away. Be sure to subscribe to Break Free to Brilliance wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also follow along with us on social media using the links in the show notes below.